Hello Shamai and welcome to this first video on Football Manager 18, albeit the beta, with Everton FC. Now some of you who have been in touch with me on Twitter and stuff will know that this was coming, will know that Mr. Glyndwr, as you can see here, the big man himself, born in Carmarthen, will be at Everton, and apparently Jurgen Klopp already doesn't like us, which is always a good start. And this is basically the first time I've jumped into the game. Unfortunately, I was working when the beta was released last night, but I'm now having a first quick look. I've had a quick look at the team, but apart from that, we're all seeing this fresh, just like me. Unfortunately, we don't have the logo pack yet, so we'll have to deal with that. So we've got our nice little meeting here. We'll just go through this quickly. I want to know more about the club. I don't really want to do any philosophies because the beta is all going to be about getting into the game, essentially. Always got to do a press conference. Thank you for the introduction. Always love a little bit of a report. And I must say, I'm really liking how slick that this all looks. Like it just looks like a new game. It feels like a new game. We have our transfers update here. We've got one player on loan, Anton Donker. I didn't know that he played for Everton. He's not very good, so he's probably not going to play. And then all of our players that are out on loan. Our injury update. This is something a little bit new as well with the sports scientists. Seamus Coleman's out for 2 months. Oh, Ramiro Funes Mori's out for 10 to 11 months. I didn't realise that. That's a little bit annoying. And if we look here, we've got the treatment from the club doctor and the specialist. Broken lower leg, damaged knee cartilage, torn hamstring, all of that good. Jesus Christ, we've got some really long-term injuries. I didn't realise this. Balassi's out for 7 months as well. And we've got this new feature down here, reoccurring injuries. I'm not really sure how it's a reoccurring injury if it's only one occurrence. But James McCarthy has had 3 occurrences of a pulled hamstring. So that's something that we've got to watch out for. And if we look here, we've got our nice little responsibilities. Our background then, Everton at 9 times, well, First Division winners, where they haven't won the Premier League yet. We've won the European Cup Winners' Cup once, 5 FA Cup wins, 1 Championship and 9 Community Shields. And we've got our nice little report here, and we basically need a new left back. I have earmarked a couple of positions that I want to sign as well, just so I know what's going on. And we've got all our little tactic introductions here. So welcome from Director of Football. I feel like this is new. We've got 15 members of our recruitment team, and we have a £720,000 scouting budget, which is a lovely, lovely amount of money. And we have the senior package for Europe as well. It's costing us £15,000 a month in terms of scouting. So if you go into the scouting and look at the player search, it all goes off your little package. So if you have a rubbish package, then you don't have as much you can't find as many players essentially. And if we see just in the top here, we can see we have a £20 million transfer budget and extra 50k wages. Now, because Everton spent so much money in real life, that kind of makes sense. And if we take a quick look at our squad, I've already picked our tactics. This is going to be our early season tactics as long as it goes well. And if I can find the tactics button, there we go. This is the tactic that we're going to be playing in this beta save. We have a very, very good team. We have some really, really quality players in here. And as you can see, I've decided to risk it and play 2 of the new player roles and have Idrissa Gueye playing as a Carrilero and Morgan Schneiderlin as a Mezzala, which is essentially Carrilero is like a box-to-box midfielder, but doesn't go box-to-box. It's kind of like in between the spaces in midfield. And Mezzala, I think, is a midfielder who tries to move into the channels and roam from their position. And obviously we have Gylfi Sigurdsson in the middle there. So I'm very, very happy with the team that we've got. Now let's check out a couple of the new features. Dynamics. So we have everyone who's seen the FMTV videos will know what Dynamics is all about. You can see your top influencers, Leighton Baines and Phil Jagielka. Our match cohesion isn't good. The team's collective mental state is slightly disappointing. This will slightly impact player positioning during the match. Players will experience some issues with their vision and reaction to event unfolding when players. So we need to sort out a match cohesion. And I think if we go to training, everything's slightly moved on here, so it's all over the place. We're going to stick team cohesion on until at the start of the season. We've got a lot of friendlies to get used to the new tactic and stuff, so that should improve. Dressing room atmosphere is good, and managerial support is obviously not going to be any different because we've just taken over. And this is the screen that I really wanted to see. the hierarchy. So you've got me, Mr. Glyndwr at the top there. Our team leaders are Leighton Baines, Phil Jagielka and Wayne Rooney. You can kind of understand that. Some very, very influential players there. Then we've got our highly influential players. Kevin Morales, Ross Barkley, Seamus Coleman, James McCarthy, Aaron Lennon, Ramiro Funes Mori, Idrissa Gueye, Gylfi Sigurdsson, and Ashley Williams. So we've got a lot of players there that we need to make sure that we keep them happy. And our influential players, Schneidlin, Keane, Balassi, Besic, Davy Klaassen, and Jordan Pickford. And we've got the rest of the other players there, a couple of youngsters, a couple of new signings, and a couple of players who aren't really fitting anywhere. And we can look at our social group here. The core social group is pretty much the entire team. This group is made, they've been up roughly the same amount of time. And then we've got a secondary social group of the magic trio of Davy Klaassen, Gylfi Sigurdsson, and I can't remember this guy's first name, Nikola Vlasic, yeah. So that's good. And then Martina, Sandro, and Pickford aren't in social. I'm surprised Pickford's not in a social group. If we take a look at the happiness, we can have a look who's everyone's happy. Joel Robles is delighted. That's good. So this is something new, and we can see how training, treatment, club management, and playing time affects everyone. This is really, really interesting actually, because now you can have an in-depth view of why a player is unhappy. You can see if it's because of my management, because of the playing time they're getting, because they're unhappy with their training, and then obviously there's the team meeting section up here. If we just take a quick look at the medical centre, something else really, really new here. We've got 5 injured players, and some are out for a very, very long time. We look at the risk assessment, and we can see here low injury. Everyone's low injury risk, I think. Yeah, that's a good thing. So that's something very good. And you see the training load, the injury susceptibility. So Leighton Baines is very high susceptible to injuries. So you've got to be careful with his training. Michael Keane apparently is above average injury susceptibility. So there's something, it just like adds a whole new dynamic to the game. The irony of like dynamics, but it's just they've really, really improved a lot of things. And you can see your current injury history, and season summary as well. So there's a lot of stuff that's been added, and it just goes even more in depth. If we take a quick look at our under 23s, we might be able to see if we've got any calls. Stecklenburg's here. He's probably going to have to leave. And if we look at our potential players, Tom Davis, who probably should be in the scene. I'll keep him here for now. We've got Tom Davis, Lookman, who's another one who I'm probably going to sell because I don't really play with wingers. I'll keep him just in case for now, obviously. We've got players like Onyekuru, Dennis Adeniran, who's a leader. So there's a lot more in depth this season, and I didn't realise we have an absolutely massive under 23s. So that's pretty good. And then, yeah, so obviously that's covering most of the main new features, the big ones. Obviously, the match day and whatnot is a lot different, and you'll get that next episode. And if we just take a quick look at our finances, you can see we're fairly safe with finances, £45 million in the bank. And obviously now with the scouting, I'll just go through and look up a couple of players. This is something that is also very, very new. And you see here, you get this report here from your scouting team, and players come up, and we got, see, Matt Ritchie here, and because he's not a position I want to sign, we can discard him. And then there's something else here. Ramadan Sabi, again, he's a winger. I'm not going to sign any wingers. Isaac Success is someone we could sign, but I don't really like him. And Michael Dawson, again, he's not very good. And you could just go through here then and look at the players, and you can either get an analyst report, keep scouting, discard, or acknowledge. So you can kind of, instead of getting the long lists that you get last time, and there's a new, obviously you got the nice little number here as well to tell you out of 100 should we buy these guys. So there's a really lot of new features this season, and I'm really, really excited to get started. And next episode, when we play our first game, and we can just look through here at our player search and create an assignment, and you can see all our staff here, all our scouts and whatnot. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. If you're ready for FM18 and you want to see this season how it gets off, please don't forget to subscribe, because the next episode will probably be out tomorrow, ready for the first game. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please leave a like. Again, if you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you have any tips or comments, please leave a comment down below. I'll see you again.